What's going on, everybody? Doc here, and welcome to Average Gamer Guys. New channel, myself, Doc, and my buddy Derek, Slothopoulos, this is gamer tag. I'm going to be bringing you some Xbox gaming content, so hopefully you guys enjoy. First one, we'll kick off here. Big fan, been a long fan for a long time, playing a little Halo Wars Early Access, which we got through for Halo Wars 2 pre-order. That should be coming out in February. Through this channel, we're going to talk through quite a bit of stuff. Channel basically going to revolve around me and Slothopoulos just playing games. As the name of the channel states, Average Gamer Guys, just two guys who like to play games. And we'll talk through some tips, tricks, and things that can just generally make your game better. And then besides that, kind of whatever else comes up. So first thing today, since we got Halo Wars booted up and we're going to be rolling through, we're going to go through and talk some of the major changes for this new edition. For those of you out there that are big achievement hunters, the biggest thing, if you played the original Halo Wars, that they took out was the achievement for getting to a certain rank, the highest rank, in the multiplayer system. That no longer exists in the definitive edition we have here, and instead is replaced by different tiers of skirmish matches. The highest one being getting to 100 skirmish match wins. So we'll talk through a little bit at first tip and trick, just to kind of, for those of you out there trying to achievement hunt, and the fastest way I think to get this. Just going to be running 1v1 deathmatch against an easy opponent skirmish matches. Now set up here, besides the map, you can choose whatever map you want. Obviously the smaller 1v1 maps are the best. I prefer Blood Gulch, and I'll explain why once we get rolling through here. The only other real setup key is to pick a Covenant leader, mostly just because of their powers. I recommend staying away from the Arbiter. While he's a great unit, has a little bit harder time taking buildings down. Brute Chieftain and the Prophet of Regret, with their building powers and abilities, are actually going to be a little bit better at taking down enemy bases. For those of you who aren't familiar with Halo Wars Deathmatch, and with the Halo Wars Definitive Edition, you get all of the DLC from the original, Deathmatch being one of those key game modes. In Deathmatch, it's essentially just like it sounds. You go against the opposing player and you're trying to eliminate all of their bases and all of their units. And again, with this new achievement setup and 100 skirmish wins, best setup is to try to obviously do these as quick as you can. With this current setup, running 1v1s on easy, using either the Brute Chieftain or the Prophet, you should be able to finish matches in about 3 or 4 minutes. And I'll show you that here when we kick this off. Should be a very quick match, a little dependent on the enemy AI, but running it on easy, they generally always act pretty close to the same. So this should get you some pretty quick wins, and then obviously help you get to that 100. So we'll go ahead and kick this off. Now again, for those of you who haven't picked up Halo Wars or are thinking about getting to Halo Wars 2, the Definitive Edition's great. If you played the first one, it plays very much like the first one. Matchmaking's been pretty good so far. I think there seems to be a good population of people playing, so that's not bad either. So the first thing I always do here, instantly when you come in, go ahead and build yourself the temple, and that's going to be essentially really the only unit we need. You can go through, key up a bunch of brutes. If you're playing as the Brute Chieftain, playing Prophet Regret, just spawn in your whatever infantry unit you can get there at the beginning, and then the rest of it is literally just warehouse build. Really, you don't need these. You don't really need the turrets either, but it is not a bad idea in case sometimes the enemy AI will send its scout unit over, which you will have to end up taking care of. Now the next thing you're seeing me do here, I literally just click my Brute Chieftain, ran him across the map, and immediately have him go to attack. And this really is the key to the strategy. He will get shot a little bit probably on the way. Really take no damage because we're on easy difficulty here. And again, the reason I like Blood Gulch is this is a straight shot across the map. Some of the other 1v1 maps have some areas that he kind of has to run around or move around, and you really want to get him as close as you can. As you saw, I dropped my spawn point on the teleport pad. Sometimes you'll have a few of the units that kind of decide to do their own thing, but for the most part, all you're really doing is coming in here. As soon as you get to the base, you will want to look for the shield generator. If that's spawning in, sometimes that'll be the first thing they build. Obviously, you want to focus that with your leader power. Besides that, guys, all you're really doing is keying up your leader power and trying to take down their main base. It'll take about a minute or so. And again, running those supply pads are going to help you to kind of keep up with the supply demand that your leader power takes. But since you start this game with 15,000, you really don't have any worries about running out. Those brutes that you keyed up, they will obviously drop in when you're there, and they can actually help. As you saw on the bottom right hand of the screen, he obviously has an enemy off to the side that we'll have to pick up later. So they can actually help you kind of take out that. Did that a little bit too early. So yeah, this is really it, and this is going to help you get through this game and these skirmish match wins pretty quickly. You'll take that down, and at this point there's probably maybe one left. We're sitting at 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Now the other nice thing about being the Brute Chieftain is these brutes have the jump pack ability, which actually helps them move pretty quick, and got kind of lucky here to find this last unit, but this should, once we finish this guy off, should be all we need to do here, and we'll get a quick, about just over 3-minute win. And of course he's going to run away from me. We'll just pile up all units and see if we can go and corner him. Probably ran to the side. And again, with these 1v1 matches, pretty much the easiest, the best. Like I said, the only thing you're really having to do at this point is to finish off this this last ghost here. Should be good to go. Again, deathmatch seems to be the best for this. If you want to run standard, you can. And there we go. Last unit goes down. Deathmatch victory. So pretty quick and easy. And as you guys can see right there, just got running the show, which is for the 30 skirmish match wins, which isn't too bad. Been playing a little bit. I'm going to hop over to our service record. Service record is actually pretty good. One, to see how many games you've played, and two, if you're working on some of the other achievements, such as getting a skirmish match win on each of the different maps. This is a great breakout for you. You can see how many you've won, played. Same thing with game mode. So again, deathmatch seems to be the quickest and fastest. There's a couple other achievements for deathmatch wins, and then there seems to be an achievement or two tied to at least a couple of the other game modes. So worth hopping in here, giving it a look. Again, for those of you, I know that was a quick, short game. We'll actually hop into one more. But good game, especially if you can grab early access and you get a part of Halo Wars 2. A lot of fun. Kind of helps fill in some of the story as well. Kind of that in-between period. And then overall campaign, if you're an RTS player, enjoy, StarCraft or anything like that, this will be right up your alley. This is probably the best one of these, honestly, that I think I've played on the Xbox. Really looking forward to Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2 has some beta coming up here in a couple days, highlighting some of their new game modes. So we're going to go ahead and we'll try and get a video up for you guys on that, kind of show you what that's all about, in case you're on the fence about picking up Halo Wars 2. And yeah, so we'll fight this off. Again, same thing, building the temple, getting some supply pads. We'll pop up as many brutes as we can get here. Run the base rally point to this, so it's when our brute chieftain spawns in. Our brutes will hop to him. Here's our brute chieftain, we'll run him straight over. Make sure you have him actually attack. This seems to help as the brutes spawn in on him. They should follow him in and actually attack, and you'll have probably less units kind of get pulled away from some of these smaller engagements right here. Usually lose one. This guy right here is probably going to stay in attack, but everybody else from here that spawns in should follow suit and come up and join the fray. And yeah, and like I said, so you're going to see two, 3 wins here in about a 10-minute period, which really isn't too bad. It's a little bit of grind to get to 100, and obviously, so the achievement is nice because it runs not only skirmish matches, but it also runs multiplayer matches as well. So here, like I was saying earlier, first thing I think they did build, it seems to be on that left-hand side, they always build their first building, was the shield generator. So this will slow you down just a little bit, as obviously you got to take it out first before you can take out the main building. But really doesn't add too much time, as you're going to see your leader power, especially being fully leveled up, is pretty strong and can kind of tear through this pretty quick. Plus you got the extra brutes that'll spawn in over time. So as we kind of tick this down and finished up this game, getting through this shield generator. Again, so first episode for the channel. Usually be myself and Slothopolis talking to you guys, but this one just wanted to get out, kind of introduce ourselves, kind of get something up for the channel and get some things going. We play a lot of different games. We're big Xbox fans. We're big game fans in general. And we play a little bit of everything too, 3DS, PC, but most of the content you'll see from us will be Xbox related. And we enjoy, like I said, just about anything. Big right now on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so we'll probably get some games, some episodes out on that, get some games in. Also Rocket League, I'm relatively new, but Sloth is quite good, so I think you guys will enjoy some of that content. And again, Average Gamer Guys, we're just 2 guys who enjoy gaming, and hopefully bringing you guys some good content. As new stuff comes out, can't promise we'll get everything, but I do know that we do enjoy a lot of the new games that are coming out for the platforms, so we will do our best to diversify. And if there's something you guys really like, again, new channel, let us know what you do and what you don't like, if there's anything you want us to cover or to see. And so this seems to be another pretty common spawn point for this ghost. It seems to always be the last unit that'll call in. Sometimes the AI will get pretty quick as far as making units, but usually you can beat them to the punch. It is pretty quick, so that's about the only disadvantage you have. We will be bringing a lot of Halo Wars 2 content as soon as that comes. Obviously we got the early edition for that, so we'll be playing that there, and there we go. And a lot of times that unit won't even die. There is a respawn timer that is, as soon as your base is destroyed, you'll have to put in for another base within a time limit. I think it's 30 seconds for the AI, especially on deathmatch. It's pretty quick. But again, as you can see, pretty quick, easy win, 3-4 minutes, and you can be on to the next game, which is nice, again, if you're trying to kind of grind that achievement, or just get some early skirmish wins. But yeah, so some Halo Wars 2 content coming as soon as that comes out. Again, we'll be playing that beta. Comes out in a couple days. Trying to get a video up for that. Just again, show you what the new modes are in case anybody out there's wanting to take a look or considering picking up Halo Wars 2. Maybe you didn't play the first one. I do recommend, if you are thinking about getting Halo Wars 2 and you like what you see, and I imagine it's going to get pretty good reviews, definitely worth paying a little bit extra and getting the original Halo Wars. One, just to get some experience playing it, and 2, Halo Wars, and this edition specifically with all the DLC is a lot of fun. Great game, and great way to kind of warm up into Halo Wars 2. The only one side note I will add, and if you read in the reviews, if you do order Halo Wars 2, and you get the special edition that comes with the definitive edition of Halo Wars, just understand it is going to take about a week for you to get your code. I know that kind of riled a lot of people up, especially those people that pre-ordered, you know, right when Halo Wars Definitive Edition was supposed to be coming out. But just kind of understand that that if you do order it, as soon as you install Halo Wars 2 on your Xbox, it'll send a thing to Microsoft, and then in about a week or so, you should see a code in your Xbox inbox, and it'll have your Halo Wars Definitive Edition. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, please leave a like if you did. Throw your comments down below how we can help make this channel better, and hopefully we'll see you guys back next time.